Hey, what's up everybody? This is Jay Hollingshed, your #1 mental performance coach. Listen, I had a random thought, and I'm going to take that random thought and convert it into a common life lesson. Here we go. The other day, I was editing video of myself speaking at a local high school. I did some research on the school and found out their school colors were Carolina blue and black. I got to thinking, Crayola box doesn't say Carolina blue. It says light blue. Now, how did that name change go across society and convince everybody, including Nike, that the color is now Carolina blue instead of light blue? It started with a thought. It started back at the University of North Carolina, the Tar Heels. Somebody there had a thought to say, this is no longer light blue, this is Carolina blue. And I'm gonna make sure that that gets out and everybody understands that that's what it is and that's what it's gonna be. Now, that thought existed on its own. The thought couldn't move unless you put action behind that thought. So a lot of action, a lot of passion, a lot of energy, a lot of work went behind that thought, and it became a movement. It went from a thought to a movement. How did it become a movement? Because it has so much energy behind it. One person told two people told four people told 8, and it kept going on and on and on until now you look at the Nike box and it says Carolina blue, not light blue. That change did not happen. It wasn't drawn up as a bill. It wasn't submitted to Congress to be passed into a law. It went from one mindset to the next. And what carried it from one mindset to the next mindset was that energy that was put behind the movement and the action. All that combined together carried it from one person to the next. That was actually somebody naturally tapping into their genius, their common genius. But to do that, they had to tap into that genius every single day. Get up early in the morning. You had to rise. You had to grind. Rise and grind every day. You get up in the morning. You work your plan. They work their plan to get that name change from from light blue to Carolina blue. Now, let's make a substitution. We're going to take out switching from light blue to Carolina blue. Let's take that and move it out the way. We're going to substitute the old you and the you that you want to be. Put that in the way. That's what we want to see. Now, the same principle applies. Change from the old you to the new you. How do you want people to see you? You don't have to pass a law to say you are now known as such and such and such and such. Nobody is going to write a decree and say, I, Caesar, now say that this is what it's going to be from henceforth and forevermore. It doesn't happen like that. But you can make sure that people know. How? Start with a thought. Put in your mind what you want to be. Once you get into your mind what you want to be, it's just a thought. Take that thought and make it into a movement. How do you make it into a movement? The same way the name change from the color happened. You put the energy, the passion, you put all that behind it, and that energy makes it move. It becomes a movement. You tell people, I'm no longer this, I'm that. One person is going to tell two people are going to tell four tell 8, and it goes on and on and on. That's how it happens. Me, in Memphis, Tennessee, I was a firefighter. That's what I was known as. Now, up here in Ohio, I am known as a mental performance coach, a life coach, an executive coach, an international best-selling author, you name it, everything that I put the energy and passion behind to have that title. Now I am known as such, and I get paid as such. That's who I am now. I changed who I am according to what I saw. Now, do the same thing for yourself. You do it every day and don't even realize it. Check this out. If you buy a new puppy, that puppy doesn't know its name, but how much action do you put behind calling that puppy's name, making sure that puppy understands its name. You put so much action, so much energy, so much passion behind that until the puppy understands. Then when you call the puppy's name, they come running. Why? Because you put forth the action behind the thought. And your thought was, I think your name ought to be Fluffy. You call Fluffy, Fluffy's coming. Why? You put forth the action. You made the change happen. You can do the same thing for yourself. What are you waiting on? Tap into your genius. Genius is common. When you tap into that genius every single day, that's the grind. You got to get up. You got to rise and grind. You got to do that. You can do that. I did it. People do it every day. We don't realize it. But when we think about it, it can happen. That's all I have. That's my random thought into a common lesson. So thank you. I've been Jay Hollingshed. Genius is common. Rise and grind. Through love, be a blessing. Take care. I'll see you next time.